The 2024 summer ended. I'm glad it's ended because summer here it's very hot. The temperature is around 105. It's very hot and it's continuously hot all through probably July, August. It's the most unbearable heat. Although the moisture is not that much there, so humidity is not that bad. So that's a great thing. So in the shade, for example, even though it's 105 degrees, I think it's okay that you can go to under the tree and you can read books. So the summer here was kind of for me it was the first time experience after moving to Texas from Colorado. I was awakened how different in the US the temperatures and the weather. In the past I moved around, like South Carolina, Iowa, Michigan, Colorado, Seattle, Washington, all these places. But I visited the Texas before, but at the time I didn't feel that much of difference there. But this summer, whole summer, I felt very interesting for me to find that each place is very different. So the summertime I read books. I read books, that I wanted to read for a long time, like a Kawabata. Kawabata's fiction, any of those I never read before, but I read like 7 fictions by Kawabata this summer. And I read the Chekhov plays, 4 major plays. Uncle Vanya, I read it for a long time ago. When the movie The Driving My Car came out, that I read Uncle Vanya, but those after that I never read his play, and so I did that this summer. That was nice. And I kind of got into Mishima. I'm still doing that. I the Sound of Waves, for example, and that was like a very nice surprise for me, because Sound of Waves was very well written, very entertaining, and feels good fiction by Mishima. And I remember Mishima was kind of sometimes romantic violence, the sailor who fell from the grace. That one I read maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I really felt that, because some part of the book I couldn't read because it's so depicting so intense violent nature there. So that was something, I really felt I should not wholeheartedly get into it. Kawabata, I could wholeheartedly get into it, but unfortunately what I found Kawabata's fiction is that his subject matter is kind of bothering me even now, because of the some of the books dealt with this old traditional Japanese culture, which is nice, very nice, but at the same time the culture that people don't necessarily appreciate, or more or less like a very stereotypical, probably, I would say like a, the Kawabata himself wasn't aware that particular criticism is coming from me, for example. But lots of stuff is like men treating women very badly, not equally, and also they think that's okay. That's okay to treat them like that, or the like a sexual conduct for young person is okay. It's something like in today's atmosphere, it's a criminal cases. But when he wrote the book, he felt that that caused the reader's anger, so that the rest of the story of revenge kind of justified, and so he writes about that. And so some of the Kawabata's fiction, I felt that I didn't like him that much as a person, I would say, even though I think his writing is excellent. His attitudes toward the Japanese culture is very, very admirable, because he talks about the tea ceremony and all the traditional Japanese festival culture, cherry blossoms, Kyoto, all these things, kabuki, all this Japanese culture, which is very nice actually. So if you think about that, the Kawabata may be regarded as I don't know, the representative of Japanese writer, but I don't think it is, and I don't know who is a representation. I would say what I like is Soseki Natsume. I think he is maybe the most I liked in the Japanese, after Meiji era, modern Japanese writers. Soseki is very, very nice. He's very intellectual, and his treatment of the people are very realistic, and also very fun to read in terms of story, development, and something that he kind of draw this tension in that particular storytelling. It's very, very nice. So I like that, and so after that, I don't know who is. If it's not Mishima, I would say it is maybe Haruki Murakami. I would call Murakami as a very, very nice writer still, even today, just because he is my contemporary. He was born 1949, I think. I was born 1948. He's maybe a year younger. But we grew up in the same type of era. In Tokyo, for example, we are both students at that time, and experienced lots of turmoil of this Tokyo students movement and all this stuff in 1970s. So, by the way, this is honey musk white. This is only tree I could identify in this area as like a native, I would say like a natural trees growing in this type of area here. The grassy area like this tree comes up like this. It's a beautiful, beautiful trees, and I don't mind having this in my yard, for example. Very dainty leaves and are beautiful. I'm not sure what kind of flower they have, but I think it's a legume. Therefore, flowers is also kind of a legume type of flowers. Pea, like flowers. So anyway, I felt those writers again. Who is the most influential writer for me is Haruki Murakami, Soseki Natsume. That's very, very strong there. And so I did that. I'm glad I did that because in a sense because the weather is so hot, I felt, wow, I cannot do anything else. I cannot move around. I have to stay. I have to sit under the trees or something in the shade. And the only things I could do is the reading books. And so that was kind of thing that I realized, used to be, people read books when they have time or they have enjoyments, other than TVs and computers and the cell phone. I think those computers, cell phones enjoyment is relatively today's enjoyments there, because 1980s, for example, we didn't have a computer, we didn't have a cell phone, and from 1960 to 1980s, about 20 years, we had that movies. You can go to the movie theater to watch movies, and music, which is always popular. I think music listening, because of the records, CDs, so forth. I think it's a very, very nice hobby to enjoy those things. So reading books, listening to music, I think probably still remain very, very strong today. Even I can notice today the kids, young people don't even bother reading books. But I'm not sure how true is that. I don't see the young people around me, and I could see who they are, but they don't read books at all. And so, I'm not sure, in general, young people reading books, but I think some of the people are still reading books in a paper form, not the digital form, probably. Digital form, probably it's swayed by the technology, although the technology is available today, but most people still don't bother with the technology, even young people, I would say. So I don't know if they read. I think they still read the books, paper books. I hear the manga, for example, Japanese manga. Whenever I go to the library here, I went to the local library like a week ago, so I noticed the very big sections of manga, anime sections there, targeting young people. And I was amazed. Those are very, very popular among the young people, I guess, because they do have those corner, which is a big portion of the particular local libraries. And that means they love those culture coming from Japan. And that was very nice. I think what I realized is that, not only US, but I think French people love those Japanese culture coming from anime and manga. So, so it's not just the US, but I think all over the world, I think they are very popular. But I'm not into these things, especially anime. I couldn't get into that. It's, except that Hayao Miyazaki's movies, very very nice movies. I couldn't watch any other, you know, anime movies like Shinkai Makoto Shinkai. I couldn't. I just feel like, oh, that's something very new, and it's like yeah, for young people who doesn't have much maturity, maybe. That's what I feel. And so, yeah, I think it's getting there, I would say, getting to be more, you know, those things can be accepted as entertainment. But I doubt that's going to happen to the people like me, like I grew up in the 60s, 70s, get into the culture. Manga, especially, was have been very, very popular when I was growing up. When I was like 10 years old, there's a manga culture in all over Japan that they have a monthly publications, a manga magazine, Jump, Boys Jump, and other manga. So kids buy those things. I didn't buy it because my parents thought, I thought maybe the manga was somewhat like a degenerative, fun for kids, that you should be reading more like a regular book rather than manga. So I didn't do that, but I was enjoying it with, if the other people have that manga magazines, I borrowed from them and I read it, and it's fun to read it. But that was like when I was like 10 years old, something like that. And but soon, that manga is for the people who doesn't enjoy reading books, and so I kind of dismissed it. So for that reason, even today, I feel that way too. I don't consider that is somewhat taking over the books, for example, even for young generation. I think some of the young generations still feel that reading books is better than manga. Of course, that is true, because manga is, again, it's like a very limited text language part of it, mostly visual entertainment. So that helps to understand the story, just like movies, for example. Yeah. The other thing is that the movie culture, I think in 1950s, 60s, become a huge movie culture. I really felt that those movie culture is the kind of formed my attention for the outside of the country, and always felt that I like to go somewhere outside the country because of the movie, because of the French movie, American movies and so forth. My longing for going outside was tremendous at that time. So the movie was great, and even today I feel it's great. Also, I enjoyed the movies in the past, like a movie before my time, like 1940s, 1930s sometimes. I kind of enjoy those movies. 1950s, 1960s, I think those are, Italian cinema, French cinema, Japanese cinema, German cinema, all these great American cinema, the great films are still enjoyable today, and still, in my mind, it's like I'm most attracted to those era. But after 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020, I know that some of the people still producing the great films, and I watch once in a while, and it's enjoyable too. but it's something very kind of different. And I wonder what that is. I wonder why I feel like old classic black and white film appeal to me. Yeah, there's this sense of a high class art images and somewhat like sentimentality or the I don't know what it is. I think it's like a more quiet uh, film uh, pictures itself. Today's movies, I feel like they're kind of calculated what kind of movies people like. So they produce this very calculated type of movies, like a scene changes very very quickly and very violent and uh, very loud sometimes. And if it's the quiet movie, it's like a very kind of a calculated, contrived maybe movie making, which is I don't enjoy. I like to see the surprises. Yeah. So I think that's probably people made it in the 1950s, 60s more than today. That's why I'm still attracted. Still, second time, third viewing, fourth viewing, I kind of attracted to the old film. Yeah. So yeah, it is interesting that this summer gave me this opportunity to going back to the decades ago's entertainment format, namely reading books in the under the shade of the tree and I don't know, watching the old movies. Yeah, so okay, so now from now on, what you should be doing, what I will do. And I'm not sure, I hear lots of people saying about you have to get out from the comfortable norm to experience more like adventurous hobbies or more new things you have to try. And also you say you have to socialize with other people, but socializing is also somewhat kind of difficult for me. That for one thing, I don't have opportunity to socialize that much as of today. Maybe later, if I join some group or something, maybe that could be a possibility. But yeah, I'm not sure that's going to happen. And many people, I think, when you get older, I think they want to be more or less like a quiet and appreciate your solitude probably, and don't bother with talking to other people. But those psychologists and biologists are recommending that yeah, we have to talk to the other people. And so I understand that part well, because to converse with other people and listening what other people say, understanding and then say your opinions or whatever uh, is somewhat very complex uh, brain activities there. So I understand that is very important. But unfortunately, when you go older, I think those functions kind of slow down. Maybe you don't hear well, you don't see well, you don't walk well, you don't, you forget your language, your words, all these things when you get older. So that's why probably people get more or less alone. And so that this theme of then how if you want to maintain this solitude at the same time you don't lose your this communication abilities, or you don't lose your this vigor of appreciating your life. How can you do that? And for that, I think probably each person's are different. But for me, I would say just keep on reading books. I think that's an excellent way, and keep on watching the movies. That's more or less easy way to entertain yourself. And trying to be physically active, maybe, going to the gym and physically very healthy. Yeah, so all these things I thought about. Yeah, as the summer winded down and temperature all of a sudden is cooler, and it's nice temperature right now. Right now it's about outside about, or maybe it's about 70 degrees the temperature wise, so it is very nice. Yeah, since I moved to Texas here, trying to get more perspective of my life's goal and my future, what kind of life I should be having. All these things I have to think about it, which is very nice. I think after retirement you don't have to go to work or anything, which is like a pleasure for getting retired, and joy of living, I think, is coming back. But at the same time, you have to watch out. You're getting older, and you constantly think about all these things, because you are what you are day by day. Yes. Engelmann's daisy, small one there. Oh, the grasses, flowers, and I made the seed. Very nice, beautiful grasses here.